If you're a nonprofit human services worker in New York, this is the most important video you'll watch today. As you know, we have a new presidential administration coming into office soon, and it will present some uncertainty for nonprofits and you, their workers. New Yorkers will need our services more than ever, and nonprofits will continue to be here for all of our communities. Here's how you can take action to ensure that our leaders strengthen human services in the next state budget. So first, did you know that government, no, not foundations or private donors, is the main funder of human services? Many nonprofits receive government funding from the state or local government through contracts with a fixed amount of funding to provide services. So it's actually the state that decides how much money nonprofits get and how much they can pay you. But cost of living has soared, as you know, and the amount of funding in these contracts has not matched inflation at all. So when we think about how to take action, we need to make sure our state elected officials hear us. What exactly do we want from them? In a nutshell, we want the state to invest more in nonprofits so they pay more for services and better wages. First, we want the state to fund a 7.8% investment in human services. In other words, if a nonprofit has a state contract worth a certain amount of dollars, they'd receive an additional 7.8% increase on the total amount, which means more money to cover programs' costs and to pay workers. We also want the state to let all human services programs receive money for what's called the Cost of Living Adjustment, COLA statute. A COLA is a percentage increase that helps funding and wages keep up just with inflation. Since 2021, we've won a state COLA every year. Problem is that the state has left out tons of programs from being eligible for this money, including supportive housing and domestic violence programs. So we're fighting for legislation to ensure that all human services programs get this money. Finally, we want the state to pass wage board legislation. Currently, nonprofit human services workers make about 30% less than government workers who do the exact same or very similar jobs. That makes no sense. People deserve equal pay for equal work. So we're fighting for legislation that would investigate this pay gap and make recommendations for change. But if we want all this to happen, we need to keep reminding the governor about our demands. Ring in the new year with the Just Pay campaign by emailing the governor from January 15th through the 22nd and tell her to add our asks to her New Year's resolution. We need all levels of government, including New York State and New York City, to invest in our communities. First up, we're targeting the state. So thank you for adding your voice to the Just Pay movement.